Good morning, YouTube. There it is. It'll be reversed when you see it. The magic of editing. It's a quick edit. Starting off with gorilla squats, 8 reps. Remember the gorilla, feet are going to be wide, toes turned out. You're going to bend at the waist, fold at the hips. Right, so you got to do what you got to do to get to your toe touch, right? Grab those toes and pull yourself deep. Press yourself back up. Right? So from here, arms are inside the knees and straight, so they're creating a stretch. Now, if you get here and this feels uncomfortable, make adjustments to your heels, your feet. Find that spot that lets you sit tall. Look up. And then proceed. Press your knuckles into the floor, straighten your legs, pull the kneecaps up into the thighs, really stretch the back of the leg. Engage your lats, pull your body down in that deep squat. And press your knuckles in, pushing through the shoulders and arms as you lift through the legs. Lengthen the back of the leg. Pull, deep squat, shoulders back. Head up, there's your neck. Neck's connected to the shoulders. Shoulders connected to the spine. Spine's connected to the legs. Sort of a abbreviated version of that song we learned in school, but the body is connected. Everything is interconnected. Closed system. Other than the oxygen and the food that we take in, all of this stuff is just a closed little system. Stretching those legs out. This first round, I really take my time with these gorilla squats, right? Because it just feels good. Okay, and if you didn't warm up, it's going to feel even better. So I think that was about 8. I'm going to come to the bottom position just to kind of unlock myself and get out. All right. So, kick through plank. Who remembers that? So, basic plank position. Make sure your shoulders are locked in the socket, right? We've talked about this. Elbow pitch should be pointed forward. It shouldn't be pointed in. Elbow shouldn't be bent. Boom. Lock up that plank. Squeeze the shoulders tight. Boom. This is how we keep our shoulders happy. Now, the kick through plank is complicated. I'm going to start to swing my body. Bring this bottom foot from behind across to the opposite hand. Kick through touch. Back and switch. Back and switch. Take your time. Don't rush it. Make sure your shoulder's secure. Right? We don't want to hurt ourselves in the quest for whatever this is the quest for. You generally want to feel better. You stay stronger, more stamina, more ability. So if you're hurting yourself in your workouts, they're counterproductive. The sky behind me is beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Pinks and oranges, woo! So the whole time you're keeping this connection between the shoulder and the hips tight. Right? Lats are tight. Tight, tight, tight. I think that must have been needed to do a little more. Because I like it. Alright. Hopefully you get your stability ball handy. If you don't, this would be the mountain climber exercise. Now if we're doing a bodyweight version, mountain climber, nice and slow, here, and here, and here. Right? You got the ball. Get your toes, feet, shins up on that ball. Lock those shoulders into place again. And we're going to tuck under. We're not popping our hips up. It's not a pike. Not letting your belly sag. Not letting your back arch. And you're not really rounding your back except right here. As you tuck tight. 13 reps. I think 5 more here. I'm doing for good measure because I wasn't counting. All right. Next one up easy. Romanian twist. If you slow these things down, feel your way through. Maybe you'll see what's going on, feel what's going on. Okay, so we're rolling out. Head, neck, and shoulders on the ball. Make sure we stay in frame here. So just shoulders, head and neck. This area. Everything else is being supported by glutes. Make sure you stay tight. Good pelvic tilt. Low belly tilt. Arms up. If you want to hold a weight, go for it. There's the position. Shoulders are 90 degrees to the hips. I'm looking over that shoulder and back. There's two. Keep those hips high. Really push to keep those hips high. You're going to feel different level of activation in the abs, right? Some of that's the stretch, and some of that's the contraction. And if you remember, that's really what we want every time we do an exercise. We want to feel both the stretch and the contraction in every movement. And I think I said 8 of these. I think I probably did more than 8, so good. All right, the proper stability ball crunch. This is the one where we're on the ball. And, you start seated, fine. I'm staying in frame because I'm going to roll down here. So, seated, I'm going to roll down until my butt just comes off the ball. Right? My hips, my butt just off the ball. That's where I want to be. Feet are planted, about shoulder width. My back is comfortable on the ball. I can actually do a little bit of a back bend here. So this is the beginning of the rep, essentially. What we're going to do is as we come up, we're going to make sure we squeeze the glutes tight and crunch up. You're not going to get any higher than this. That's where you're going to end. So you're going to get a little stretch back. Squeeze the glutes. And up. If you're coming up higher than that, you're not squeezing your glutes hard enough. You want to think about co-contracting abs and butt. It can be helpful sometimes to put a finger on both, right? And feel the contraction, kind of connect it with jumper cables, if you will, and you get a little more of that contraction. Some of you may be noticing Wednesday's abs. They're still there for me too. I think we're doing 13 of these. You'll notice I like that pause, that hold at the top. I hope you've been doing that with me. A few more here. Tighten that butt as you come up. Squeeze tight through the glutes. Real sharp pelvic tilt. One more. Same thing. Like, in there, all right? Regular crunch, reverse crunch. Yes, notice the theme? Abuse your abs. Now, if you got something to hold on to, this might be nice, help stretch your back out. I like to do this, especially in that first set when my back's tight in the morning. And so I get a little extra leverage against that tight. So I've got the ball pinched between my heels and my butt. It's off the floor, tailbone is just touching. That is the start position. Curl up as high as you can. Slow, 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 slow lower. As soon as your tailbone touches, stop right there and back up. Sharp exhale. Inhale on the way down, nice and slow. Maybe a good 4 count, 5 count down. Tailbone touches, reverse. 13 reps. That was 3. If you're ahead of me, you're going too fast. Slow, 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 slow down. This is all, use your muscles. Don't use momentum. Don't try to arch your back and slam the ball off the floor and come up. No. Tight start position. Curl up. Things have loosened up. I don't know if you need to hold on. Get a nice stretch. Again, as long as you're getting to about here, you're getting great ab workout. Right there. It's like an 8-inch movement, 6-inch movement. This takes it further and is a function, again, of flexibility in your back, fighting the strength in your core. And most of us are kind of locked up in this particular region. From sitting. Was that 13, anybody? Let's do another one. Feels good. All right, reverse crunch done. So we're up for breathing squats. Heels together. Toes are about 45. Arms up at the top. We're going to come down on the balls of the feet. Arms drop down and back as we exhale. Inhale back up. Squeeze the glutes. Reach back a little bit. And then coming back down. Exhaling. Now, my knees are popping out in front of me. I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see. Heels are still pretty much touching. They're close. I'm sitting right on top of my heels now. Arms back. Up. Press the heels on the floor. Lock up the glutes. Reach back. Just doing 8 of these. We got some single leg glute bridges. And you can either do these on the ball or on the floor again, or a box. If you don't have a ball, you could use a footstool or a toolbox, step stool. Okay, so glute bridges. And again, the glute bridge is just that hip extension. Don't worry about moving the leg. You could also do these in the TRX if you've got that handy. So if your suspension trainer's up in the gym, great. Now, if you can't do these with one leg, 2 leg here, right? Pelvic tilt left. Simple. Keep the knees together. Single leg, I'm just going to extend that free leg. And press up and through. Still pelvic tilt. No arch in my back. Low tummy tight. Squeezing through the glutes. On the other leg. There we go, 8. There we go, 6. Ooh, low flying birdies. Almost kicked that one. I think it shows up. I probably should show up on the video. See how close he really was. Oh. Looked like he was between the umbrella and my foot. Again, pause. Give that contraction a little extra work, a little extra load. You'll get more out of it. Oh! Alright, there was 8 of those. Everybody's favorite. Side planks with a crunch. But we did that crazy kick through, Steve. Again, get that shoulder screwed in tight. Elbow pit is pointed away from my body. Right, it's not here. Elbow's not like that. Boom. Lock that in with a nice and a counterclockwise screw. Left leg's behind me, left arm on the floor. Right leg is top and front. Right arm, left knee. Stretch back. Stretch it back. Squeeze your glutes. Pull back with the shoulders. Open this up. Close this up. Open. Close. I think that might have been 6. Call it 7. And then 8 will switch. Now, if you're having trouble stabilizing, go to your elbow. Right? We've talked about that every time we've done these. It's always an option. Don't always take the tough guy way out. Learn to control what you can. And get really good at it. That's why I like the basic stuff, right? Teach the body how to behave. Stretch back, squeeze up, open, close, right? We learn muscular control and endurance that protects things like our hips, our back, our shoulders. We just have to sometimes think about applying those, right? They're not always on for most of us. We're so disconnected. I was working the other day, lifting a bunch of stuff, and people are like, "You're what, 60 what? How do you lift all that? I can't lift all that." And so watch, I'm using my legs, guys. I'm not bending over my back trying to hurt myself. Fingers forward, fingers sideways, fingers back to the straight bridge. I don't care. And once you do them, get that shoulder in socket. Find the point of no pain. Now, modification to this, although I often think it's more difficult. So the basic straight bridge, shoulders back. Shoulders down. Really overemphasize that. Squeeze up, right? We could go to a tabletop. So feet come back to about where the knees were. There we go. Same thing in here. Now, this is in theory a regression. And for weak hips, it is a regression. For tight shoulders, it's actually a progression of that straight bridge. Try it and you'll see. It requires more movement through the shoulder. But you know, the idea of the shoulder kind of rolling back and down into the torso, right? That's what you're after. You don't want the shoulder to pop out and become friends with your ear. As a strength coach down in Alabama, Jeff, what was your last name? I don't remember. But anyway, he always, and I think he coined the phrase, ears are shoulder poison. Ears are shoulder poison. So his thing was, as soon as your ears got close to your shoulder, we were poisoning them. So shoulder stays away from the ear. All right, so 13 straight bridges. Have a nice day. Do you need to do more than one round? Yeah, I'm asking you. Do you need to do more than one round? Then do it, or don't. 1 to 3 of this would be fine. I think this was 15 minutes, give or take. So it certainly is a nice way to start the day. So if you had a stressful day, get ahead of the game, go early, get your coffee, maybe do a couple of stretches. Enjoy your day. Happy Friday.